Hey guys, if you like my content, hit those like and subscribe buttons. It really helps me out. Thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Esports Money, ZSM, Mac10, whatever you want to call me, and welcome to my guide to jungling Nature's Prophet on the dire side in patch 7.06e. This guide is a little bit different from the norm with jungling Nature's Prophet today, because I'm going old school in getting a Hand of Midas, and I'm also going to be getting an Iron Talon. Now, why would I be getting an Iron Talon? Well, Nature's Prophet has pets. He is a pet hero that makes lots of them. They're very disposable. They're the treants. And because of how tanky they are, his limiting resource is really how quickly he kills creeps. And I've noticed that I can still get an approximate 6-minute Midas if I get all of the bounty runes, if I get the Iron Talon. This is important because you can't really do anything with a naked Midas, but if I can accelerate my farm with the Midas alongside the Iron Talon, then by around 10 minutes I will have Phase Boots and a Null Talisman, and pretty soon after that I'll be able to pick up a cheap Blightstone, and then suddenly I'm a threat globally around the map. I've also had my ultimate to contribute, but that's besides the point. So if you stay in the jungle for up to 10 minutes, then you'll actually have fighting items, basic fighting items, low-level fighting items, and you'll have a Midas. So that's the way I choose to play the hero. Now, back in the day, I absolutely despised when players got Hand of Midas on Nature's Prophet, and the reasoning behind that is because of the fact that you can't really contribute as much to your team, and there's not a huge benefit to getting Nature's Prophet super farmed. Like, he's a great hero, he's incredibly flexible, but when you play him that way, you're basically saying, I'm going to be a hard carry. It lets you buy more items for ratting, but there's a twist with this one. With this iteration of playing Nature's Prophet, I choose to always Midas the creep that will give me the most experience. So if it's a neutral, I'm always going to Midas the biggest creep throughout the entire game, because I'm trying to beeline my way to level 25 as quickly as possible. And the reason being is because of the talents that come with the hero now. If you are able to move around the map globally, which you are, your Nature's Prophet, after I have my Desolator, I'm a threat to towers, and even if I'm not, those Trents are double strength at level 25, and I have twice as many of them at level 15. So that means I can teleport to a lane, summon my trees, and then leave, and that lane is guaranteed to push, and that's a lot less mana and a lot less of a cooldown commitment than trying to push the wave using my ultimate. Now, a few words of advice about Nature's Prophet in general. Your ultimate does more damage per bounce, but it has a limited number of bounces, especially at the lower levels. So try to time it out. If you want to nuke, if there's a teamfight going on top, try nuking the mid lane or the bottom lane, because every time it hits one of those creeps, it's building in damage. So if it actually makes it to the top lane and lands on those enemies, it will do way more damage. Another thing is I like to use my ultimate to farm, but only up until towards the end of the laning stage. Around 15 minutes, I'm going to stop using my ult. Definitely by the time I have the level 2 ulti, I'm going to stop using it to farm as much and focus on using it to help my team in teamfights. The item that I go after I have my Phase Boots, my Null Talisman, and my Blightstone is to finish my Desolator. This means that I can also jump into a teamfight if I want and be a significant threat, and because of the experience advantage, I can be a significant threat with a rat DotA play all over the map. Now from here, there's a lot of flexibility. You can really do whatever you want. Because of the fact that you're going to be skilling those rat talents, you don't really need to build rat items. If you do, you build an escape like a Shadow Blade, Silver Edge, which is also good in fights, or a Blink Dagger for the pure rat. But those are relatively low cost, and the Silver Edge is not, but Silver Edge lets you fight. So you're able to build yourself into this hybrid hero that is very good at ratting and still a really scary hero if he's on the back lines during a team fight. You can even build a Hurricane Pike might be a little bit overkill, but at least the Dragon Lance, these are good items on the hero. And again, you don't need to invest a huge amount of money into them because of the fact that you're going to be getting rat abilities from your talents rather than just your items anymore. So this is the way I choose to play Nature's Prophet in the current patch. I think he's absolutely... I just realized recently how much fun this hero is, how good he is at everything right now. Don't let all of your creeps get stunned like that. And I would say that about 10 minutes is where you would expect to get all those initial items, except for the Blightstone, which you should have by about 10:30. Take all the bounty runes you can on your side of the map, but don't go down and steal your offlaners. There's no reason to, because you can always be fighting creeps. Starting items, Iron Talon, and 2 Clarities, then get your Gloves of Haste, and then finish the Midas. Any questions about the guide, leave them in the comments. This should be pretty straightforward. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.